What makes a football club a giant? Most people say trophies. Some say money. Others say fans. All of those answers are wrong on their own. Because if trophies made you a giant, then a few small clubs in Europe would rank above Manchester United. And if money did it, half the Premier League would be legendary by now. The truth is stranger. 7 clubs became giants in 7 completely different ways. One of them did it with almost no money at all. So let's define the word properly. A giant is not a club that won a lot. A giant is a club that the whole world knows, even people who don't watch football. That takes 3 things. Power, so you can shape the game around you. Identity, so people care about you from far away. And time, because none of this happens in 10 years. Every giant has all 3, but the engine that started it was different every single time. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which engine built your club. Real Madrid, power. Real Madrid were never just a football team. From the very beginning, they were close to people who ran things. The word real literally means royal. The king gave them that name in 1920. That kind of link matters more than most fans admit. But the real turning point came in the 1950s. Their president, Santiago Bernabeu, pushed hard for a European competition to exist at all. Then Madrid went out and won the first 5 in a row. No club has come close since. That did something no trophy count can explain. It made Madrid the face of European football before most clubs even had a stadium worth talking about. Television was new. Madrid were on it. And they never stopped playing that game. In the 2000s came the Galacticos. Zidane, Ronaldo, Beckham, Figo. Buying the biggest name in the world became the club's identity. Madrid's engine is power. Being close to it, using it, and never apologizing for it. That's why they still act like the sport owes them something. Sometimes it does. Barcelona, identity. Barcelona built the opposite way, not through power, through standing against it. Under Franco's rule in Spain, the Catalan language was pushed down. Catalan flags were banned in public, but the stadium was different. Inside Camp Nou, 90,000 people could sing in Catalan and nobody could stop them. The club became a place to be Catalan out loud. That's where the phrase comes from. More than a club. It wasn't marketing. It was true. Look at their shirt. For over 100 years, Barcelona refused to sell shirt sponsorship. When they finally added a name, it was UNICEF, and Barcelona paid them. That's a club telling the world what it believes. Then came La Masia, the academy. Barcelona didn't just want to win. They wanted to win their way, with players raised inside the building. Guardiola, Xavi, Iniesta, Messi, all of them came through the same doors. Barcelona's engine is identity. People support them in countries they will never visit, because the club stands for something bigger than results. That's also why their bad seasons hurt fans more than most. Bayern Munich, control. Bayern Munich are the most quietly ruthless club in Europe. Their engine is control. Total control of their own country. Bayern have won the Bundesliga more times than every other German club combined. That is not luck. That is a system. Here's how it works. When a rival club produces a brilliant player, Bayern buy him. Lewandowski from Dortmund. Götze from Dortmund. Hummels from Dortmund. Sané from Schalke. It happens over and over. Rivals get strong, Bayern take the best piece, and the rival falls back. Behind that sits money management most clubs would call boring. Bayern almost never spend more than they earn. No mad owners. No debt crisis. The club is partly owned by its own members, so the fans have a real say. The result is a club that looks safe and dull from outside, then shows up in Europe and destroys somebody 8-2. Bayern's engine is control. They made their league predictable on purpose, then used that stability as a weapon everywhere else. Manchester United, tragedy and rebirth. Manchester United became global because of the worst day in their history, February 1958. The team was flying home from a European tie. The plane crashed on takeoff in Munich. 8 players died. They were young, exciting, and loved. People called them the Busby Babes. Matt Busby survived. He rebuilt. 10 years later, United won the European Cup with Bobby Charlton, a Munich survivor, and George Best, a genius from Belfast. It was more than a trophy. It felt like the story finished properly. That story traveled. People who had never been to Manchester felt something for this club. Sympathy turned into loyalty, and loyalty got passed to children. Then Alex Ferguson arrived in 1986 and did it again. 13 league titles. Comebacks that made no sense. The 1999 final, 2 goals in injury time. United's engine is emotion. Tragedy first, then rebirth. Then a manager who made drama feel normal. That's why their fan base is enormous in places football barely existed at the time. Liverpool culture. Liverpool's engine is the hardest one to buy. Culture. It started with something small. A storage room at Anfield called the Boot Room. Coaches sat in there, drank tea, and talked football for hours. When a manager left, the next one came from that room. Shankly to Paisley to Fagan. Same ideas, passed down like a family recipe. Then there's the city. Liverpool is a port town, working class, proud, and often ignored by the rest of England. The club became how the city answered back. You hear it in the stadium. You'll never walk alone isn't a chant. It's a promise, sung by thousands who mean it. And European nights at Anfield became a real football phenomenon. Istanbul 2005, 3 goals down at halftime, and somehow they won. Barcelona 4 Dhaka in 2019, with a squad missing its 2 best forwards. Liverpool's engine is culture. It can't be bought or copied. It's handed from grandparent to parent to child, and it turns a stadium into something opponents genuinely fear. AC Milan, money. AC Milan proves something uncomfortable. Sometimes one rich man is enough. In 1986, Milan were in trouble. Debt, no direction, recent relegation because of a scandal. Then, Silvio Berlusconi bought the club. He had money and something rarer. A clear picture of what he wanted. He hired Arrigo Sacchi, a coach who had never played professionally. People laughed. Sacchi's answer became famous. You don't need to have been a horse to be a jockey. Sacchi changed football. High defensive line, brutal pressing, everyone moving as one unit. It looked like the whole team was tied together with rope. He had the players for it. Gullit, Van Basten, and Rijkaard from Holland. Maldini, Baresi, and Costacurta at the back. Milan won back-to-back European Cups and beat Barcelona 4-0 in a final that still feels unfair. Milan's engine is money with a plan, not money on its own. Plenty of rich owners have bought nothing. The difference was direction. Ajax, ideas. Ajax should not be on this list. Amsterdam is small. The Dutch league is not rich. Ajax lose their best players every couple of years. But they became a giant anyway, using ideas. In the 1970s, Ajax played total football. Every outfield player could take another player's position. A defender pushed forward, a midfielder dropped back, and the shape stayed perfect. Johan Cruyff ran it from the pitch. 3 European Cups in a row followed. Then Cruyff took those ideas to Barcelona, first as a player, then as a manager. He built their academy on the Ajax model. Guardiola learned it there. Guardiola took it to Bayern and Manchester City. So the way most top teams play right now traces back to Amsterdam. Ajax's engine is ideas. They exported a philosophy instead of hoarding trophies, and the football world reshaped itself around it. So here's the point. Power, identity, control, emotion, culture, money, ideas. 7 giants, 7 different engines. Not one of them copied another. That's exactly why new clubs struggle. You can buy trophies in 5 years. You cannot buy 100 years of meaning. So tell me in the comments, which engine is the strongest? And can any club today still become a real giant? Or did that door close for good? If you enjoyed this, subscribe. Next up, we explain the clubs that almost became giants and lost everything.